How's it going? So I wanted to make a video on the TomToc 3.5 L sling bag. I picked this bag up because I was getting ready to go on a trip to Japan, which I just got back from like about 2 days ago. I was out there for 13 days, and before I went out, I wanted to find a sling bag because a lot of the bags that I currently had, because I do have a bunch of fanny packs and sling bags, I wanted something that was a little bit more bigger and would help me kind of organize my stuff a little better, because I did want to take my camera and I wanted to carry my camera stuff with me while I was out moving around in Japan. So I ended up landing on this, saw a bunch of videos on it, and I really fell in love with, you know, the functionality of it. But then once I got back, I was like, oh man, I do have to make a video on this bag because I really like it. So this, like I said, this is a 3.5 liter. I believe they have a 1.5 liter sling bag as well, but I think that one's a little bit too small for my liking. Maybe that's like for when you're home around town. But for this, if you're traveling, this is perfect size. So this one is in the X-Pac pattern. Now this material is waterproof, so that's one of the reasons why I like this, why I wanted to get this bag. It also comes with the YKK waterproof zipper, so this kind of glossy zipper kind of lets you know that it has that waterproof feature on it. So as of right now, I do have this bag packed with everything that I took with me on my trip. Kind of have it as I was carrying it around, and I'll show you what's inside. That way you get an idea of what fits in this bag, because, you know, hearing 3.5 liters is way different than actually seeing what fit inside this bag. So going over the price, this is $64 compared to the one that's not in this material, the one that's like the regular nylon material or whatever they use. That one's about $42 to $44. Now, if you don't need the waterproofing and all that, that's probably a good option. You can also find these on sale pretty regularly. I know when I picked up this one, it was about 15% off, so I ended up using that coupon code on Amazon. But I'll link everything down below so you can check it out. Dude, I got some stuff from Pelican later, but I got the new ATX 22 travel carry-on. So I wonder what else is. Some packing cubes. That's gonna be cool. Nice. Black. Check this out. So I had the gray one, and now I have the black one. We'll review that a little bit later. Alright, so another thing I want to talk about is this capture clip from Peak Design. This is like a version 1. I've had this for about 6 or 7 years at this point. I really like this clip because it kind of allows me to carry my camera with me without having to carry an extra strap. So if I were to carry my camera with the other strap that I have, I would have 2 straps over my neck. Whereas this one, I could just clip my camera onto this, and then I can walk around and kind of be freehand and then unclip it using this quick release. Take the camera out, record, do whatever, and then stow it back into this clip. And this thing is super secure. Like I said, I've had it for about 6 to 7 years now, and I haven't had any issues with my camera coming off or anything like that. Just make sure you tie the tripod bolt pretty tight, so that way you don't have any issues. But yeah, this thing's pretty dope. I went ahead and attached this on my own. This does not come with the bag. Alright, so on the outside of the bag, there are some little like straps that you can attach some carabiners to. I went ahead and attached my my Pokewalker for my Nintendo 3DS. I have Togepi in here. She was kind of taking her trip with us. So this is the front pocket. Again, waterproof zippers, waterproof material, RFID blocking. So if you have your tap cards or whatever credit cards in here that have that feature, they'll be protected because this does have the RFID blocking. So in here you do get 2 little organizers. In here I just have 2 of these batteries because when you're walking around Japan, you're using your phone a lot to navigate, so you're going to be using a lot of battery. So I have 2 of these MagSafe Anchor batteries that I can just pop out and use whenever I need. I also have an extra camera battery in here in case I'm using my camera and my camera battery dies. So I have that there. And then in here, I don't have anything else, but it is big enough to put other additional items if you want to. Now, the main compartment is pretty big and it has a lot of organization. So while I was walking around, I was carrying my Osmo Pocket 3 in this. So the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 does come with its own little carrying case, but it's a little bit too big. Whereas this one here allows me to use, because this is a magnet, it allows me to put this on any metal surface and it'll stick. It also works as a little tripod, so if I want to just set my my Osmo down, it kind of works that way. And then I also picked up this gimbal protector that covers the screen as well. It just kind of makes the footprint a little bit smaller, and it fits in the bag perfectly fine standing up. I also have a flashlight in here. It's pointed up and it zips up perfectly fine. This is a Streamlight wedge. I really like this light. It's one of my favorite lights. So when you're walking around, we carry this around. Even though we weren't walking around at night too often, I just like carrying this in there in case I needed it. And then back here I have my 3DS, fits perfectly fine. So in this pocket here, Nintendo Switch Lite does fit, although I wouldn't carry it like this because these joy sticks are going to be exposed. It could break or whatever. They do sell a cover for this, so you can cover all that up, but I just don't have it. But it does fit perfectly fine with a lot of room to spare in this pocket. I don't think a regular Switch would fit in there, but the... Alright, so it actually does fit. I had to stop the editing because I was editing the video. It actually does fit perfectly fine. Again, though, your joysticks are exposed, so you might want to get like a cover for the front, but it does fit in the bag. And then in here you do get two pockets. So as you can see, you get one here and then one here. I have my headphones in there as well. So these are my Beats. I forgot what they're called. The Dre Beats Pro Maxes, whatever they're called. But they're really nice. They fit in one of these pockets, but you do get two. On the other side, there is another zippered pocket. This one is just one big zipper pouch, and it does have this mesh material. In here, I was just carrying a Pokemon Go Plus Walker, whatever it's called. But I was carrying this in there. And then I also had some chapstick from Supreme. And then I had my AirTag in there. I just threw it in there loosely. It didn't really matter. But yeah, a lot of space still. Even though I was carrying all this stuff in here, there was still so much space in the bag left for any additional other items that I wanted to carry. So like I was mentioning earlier, I'm not sure if I did, but in Japan, you're walking around, there's not a lot of trash cans, so I was able to stuff a lot of my trash in here in a little bag. And then when I found a trash can, I took it out and threw it away. Almost forgot to mention that there is a pocket in the back of this bag. So I like this pocket because the zipper is not on the back here. It's actually at the top of the bag. So you can put a lot of sensitive items in here, like your wallet or your passport, which is what I have in mind. You do have to carry your passport in Japan, but if not, you can get a fine or whatever. So I kept that stuff in here. I know it's going to be safe because this bag is closest to my body, so it kind of prevents me from accidentally opening this or whatever. So this is a nice, cool little feature that this bag has. Alright, and lastly, to kind of go towards the end of the video, the strap. The strap's a really nice strap. It doesn't feel all scratchy on the skin or dry. It's pretty flexible and soft. The buckle, they did not cheap out on the buckle. This is a UTX buckle. A lot of like higher tier bag manufacturers will make their bags using these UTX buckles, so it's nice that they included it in this bag for, I don't know, so cheap, because this bag isn't that expensive in my opinion. Another thing that I noticed is that this bag is big enough to house my camera. I was able to put my camera in here sideways, and I'll throw some footage of that, because I was worried if we're out in Japan, there's a few rainy days that we saw on the schedule, and if I had my camera on this clip, I was like, my camera's gonna get wet, so I want a place to put my camera. And because this bag is waterproof, I ended up checking to see if it would fit, and it totally fit. I was able to zip it up and fit in there just fine, even with my Osmo Pocket here inside. So I'll show you how that looks, but it's nice that this bag was big enough to do that. So that's pretty much it. That's the TomToc 3.5 liter bag. If you're interested in finding this, I'll go ahead and link it down below. Keep in mind there are going to be affiliate links below, so if you're interested in helping me out, you can totally use those links. If not, you can find it on Amazon. Just search up TomToc 3.5 liter sling bag and you'll find it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys.